we talking about?
So how you feel? Like, what you think though? How you think it should be? Let's see about that.
What that even mean?
How it should be?
What should be?
Relationship
Man
dynamic.
should give us all their money and go to work.
Hold on now. Hold on now.
Y'all better ask me specific questions.
If I can give you all my money, what you could be doing on?
Raising the children.
What you doing with all the money?
Don't worry about it. Invest in it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Fellas.
Okay, first of all, that is not the question.
Run.
Ask the real question. How it should be with what? What do you like specifically? What?
What's an ideal relationship for you?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost,
the one that I in. Shout out to my mom.
That's what I
my man.
Shout out to my man. Thank you to my man. Okay, so I mean, honestly, like I sound like I was clowning, but the relationship that I'm in now has given me a newer and deeper understanding and appreciation for who and what a man is and the role that he should play. Ideal relationship is one where I'm heard and I'm seen. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in, and you know, now you have to be very careful with the words.
I want you to say, wait, listen to me. Talk
okay, so I don't believe in formal gender roles. My fiance and I, we don't have gender roles. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is there's no moment that I think I'm a man and he think he's the woman. Mm-hmm. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay. I think that so many times we apply what should be done by whom to whom, and we forget that it's supposed to be a partnership. Does that make sense? You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I feel like if okay, we forget. I don't care what no one's saying. A lot of relationships will succeed if we understood them like business. You don't walk into any company you creating with a partner and don't have some sort of contractual agreement.
Right. Right.
There's no understanding. You just don't do that.
Yeah.
And I think that we, a lot of times, don't do that. We don't put it on the table from the get-go.
Right.
We pray to God, and men do not read minds.
Mm-hmm.
For the amount of years that I've been dating, I have tried to get them to read minds. I prayed that one day they may read minds. Men do not read minds.
That's facts.
Thing about y'all is y'all don't know what y'all thinking half the time.
Is that true?
Everything cool waters feeling like you have Sometimes that's what it is, but I think that when you've met a woman who is healed, evolved, know herself, understand what she wants, I think that's a difference.
It's a difference.
I think a lot of times we rush into relationships before we're even ready to be in one.
Because they don't want to be alone.
Boom. Everyone's so scared. So I had to learn that I gotta live with my own thoughts. I gotta live with me first before I can be in a relationship.
Better know who you is.
You have to. So then I was able to say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, unequivocally, this is what I like and this is what I don't like.
Right.
This is what I'm. These are my hard nose. This is where I'm malleable. We could compromise in the middle here. These are all yes for me. Cool. So for me, the ideal relationships, I need to be seen. I need to be heard. I don't believe in just because I say this need to be do, or just because the world say this is what it should look like. I believe in charting that course for yourself, which is why I don't believe in gender roles. So, for example, I suffer from depression and anxiety. It's gotten a lot better, but it comes back in waves. One of the symptoms of my waves of depression is chaos. So I ain't into cleaning. I ain't into nothing.
So who's do the cleaning?
My man.
Oh, good. Okay.
To the point where he's a fisherman, so he's on the water a lot. He's been gone now for about 2 months. My house in chaos. I can literally publicly say this because of how difficult it has been to not say it in the past and just suffer in that silence.
Right.
Yeah.
So my house in chaos. And I don't mean nasty, where food on the floor, roaches running around. No. But nothing
Bunch of
is
clothes.
bunch of clothes. Nothing's organized the way that it would normally be.
Mm-hmm.
I had a conversation with him. He asked me, and he readily does this. He says, "How's your headspace?" I told him, I said, "Cluttered." His response was, "So I understand what the house looked like. Leave it. Don't touch it.
Right.
Boy.
Figure out what you need to move to unclutter your headspace, and the rest I can do when I come home."
Right.
So for me, this is why I said my ideal relationship doesn't have gender roles. It has a partnership. It says to me that I understand what you need to function in this relationship. And I understand what he needs to function in this relationship. He needs reassurance. He needs someone to bounce ideas of. He needs a female who's not going to make him feel stupid, who's not going to make him feel less than a man, who's not talking at him, who's talking with him, who isn't in a space where I'm telling him what to do, but I'm talking things through with him. I need a man who can lead me. If you can't lead me, cheap as I did a girl.
Yeah.
I can be with you. And the girlies love me. Let me make that clear. The girlies love me. I feel like too many times we try to create this box for relationships, and we forget to show up in the relationship. If you show up exactly as who you are and who you purport to be, you will find a partner who can deal with who you are and who you purport to be.
Right.
And you understand who they are. So, I mean, I little weird. I'm the typical female when it comes to relationships. But that's
you.
just me.
And that's just. You know, ain't bad, though.
What's your perfect relationship? What's your, not perfect, because nothing is perfect.
No.
Ideal
relationship is, I think it's like you say, it's a partnership where both of y'all understand each other. It's like everything in life, I believe, is balance, yin and yang. So y'all got to find a way to make those two worlds collide together. And
I think the problem is coming a lot of times.
communication is big too.
Ooh, boy. Give it to me.
I'm telling you. That's where it all started.
And let me tell you something about communication. A lot of people assume men don't know how to talk. That ain't the problem, you know. When we talking about our beautiful black kings, a lot of times society has never made safe spaces for them to talk. Growing up, they daddy tell them, "Boy, don't cry around here, you're a sissy." We don't show no emotion.
Facts.
And then you come into relationships where you're with women who have been, who have heart. Why you? What's wrong with you? However, we don't understand that the word beating our man down 1,000 times. The one place any ship should feel safe is in harbor. And you supposed to be harbor.
Exactly.
So when it comes to our man not talking and
I can't even row you right now. You want to row, boy? I can't even row. You want to row?
Like, I feel like let me make this unequivocally clear. And let me look in the camera. No woman has to subject herself to an unhealed man and become his punching bag. Every man has the responsibility to seek healing. But what we do not get to do is not be a safe space. Those are two completely different things. I ain't asking y'all to raise a man. I ain't asking y'all to show up and only be the space that he is toxic in and he have to go in. Find a therapist. I'm not that. However, what I will be is the space in the midst of storms that come through your healing. And I think that's the difference. But man you gotta find that. You gotta go find that healing, baby. Go find a therapist. I could recommend several. If any of y'all willing to go on Zoom calls, I got some in the Bahamas that are amazing. Find therapy.
And I think a lot of women need therapy too.
Oh, jeez.
I think a lot of women.
My therapist on speed dial. That's my first drunk call.
Because a lot of I think a lot of women grow up the biggest misconception because they live through social media.
Say that again. That's powerful.
I'm being real with you. You see, you know, one of the biggest misconceptions with me, personally, is like you would think that I am who you see on social media. That's a character too. That's a part of me now.
Yeah.
I can't fake. But that ain't me. That ain't me. Like
You
I
won't
can
do another
clown.
every day.
I know how to.
Yeah.
You see, a ass could be a smart person could be a ass.
Absolutely.
A ass could never be smart.
No.
A ass could never be smart. But a smart person know how to be a ass.
Absolutely.
I know how to be a ass. You feel me? I do it I could say some stupid shit, but I know it.
Do it for the gram.
Yeah, I know what time it really is. So like if you like that person who you see on Facebook, you don't gonna like me in real life.
No.
Because I know how to separate the two. You get what
I
I'm
had
saying?
that
I feel like
conversation with
some
people. So recently, in order for me to get blue tick verified, I had to put my government name on social media. That was a big debacle. And he laughing because he remember exactly when that happened. So I always tell people, if Roxy tell you something, don't tell Sherelle, but because I don't know
That's
nothing
two
about that.
different
That
people.
got nothing to do with me.
that's how it go.
I actually call, oh my God, you's Roxy, you's the girl from, and they meeting me in person. You meeting Sherelle. So the first question is actually, she owe you money?
Right.
That have nothing to do with me. And I get where he's coming from. And I think that in relationships, a lot of people, especially if you're someone who in the social media space, I tell my fiance all the time, you have to marry Roxy. No, sorry, you have to marry Sherelle. Don't watch what Roxy dealing with.
Right. Right.
Don't worry about what's
Right.
going on with Roxy.
Right.
He just tell me, Cole, I married none of them. I'm marrying Gladys. That's my middle name.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass in the comment section. Kiss my ass.
Yes, Gladys.
Oh, kiss my ass. Double tap. But he tell me I'm marrying Gladys. And it really goes back to the fact that when you enter in relationships, it's so important to understand all of the facets of who that person is. We don't take time to get to know each other
But
no
I
more.
just going to say that you in my head.
I ain't gonna lie though, but from I like you, I love you, but jump over the movie, but allegation. Shout out to my son. Oh, mommy, we love you.
Long time,
Sherry. Long time, Sherry. That's the way I feel like I Haitian at heart, babe. I ain't gonna lie, from I like you, I love you, babe. But we don't take time to get to know each other. So if you want to say start, like, what's your
Ideal.
what that look like?
So I feel like it's levels to everything.
Yeah.
Like we got to be on the same playing field. Communication is key. But like communication is key. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's levels to everything. So like we got to be on the same playing field so we can understand each other more. And the communication of me and more and everything, you know? So it's like that's it in a nutshell for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just,
If you can't talk, if they can't understand, comprehend,
right.
it's the
like,
problem. Yeah.
Right. I got a sense of humor out of this world.
Yeah, and my humor dark.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all of the above. So it's like you gotta
My humor dark.
and to be real with you, let me tell you something, mate. If we can't make each other better, it don't make no sense.
Oh my God, say it again.
Like that's me in a nutshell. If we can't make each other better, cause like, okay, if I can make the money, say for instance, I'm the person that I can make the money. I know how to spend that too. I can spend that better. I can spend my money better than
Baby.
anybody. I can spend. So I don't need you to come spending my money for
Yeah.
me. Now, you see what I'm saying? Because
But
I
I need
can
you to
spend my
figure out
money
how we can
myself.
make my money multiply.
All right then. Now we talking. Now you different. You smart.
You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference.
See, because I understand that from my perspective. If I want to keep spending your money, I need to make sure the money can still be there for me to spend.
You got
So
sense.
now-
even if see, because it's different stages. You know, even if you're not a hustler. Because
Yeah.
everybody in a hustler, you know. You might not
Absolutely
be able
not.
to make my money more, but you might be able to save me $1. How you can save me $1? Use cut. You do. Maybe you more of a housey person. That's fine.
That's the value added for you.
That's fine. That means I don't gotta go buy food or let's help each other get better. It don't have to be. It doesn't matter what.
Well, that's a good perspective. And I think that's a perspective that the social media woman ain't giving to other women.
Yeah.
Because they only watching them get a bag, swing
That's
these
it.
niggas, spend their money. And you know,
And everybody in
listen, hold on.
competition.
And that's
Let me
what
make
they
this
really
clear.
promoting
Let
because
me
I
make
didn't
this
really be
clear.
at the end of the day anyway.
I don't get in people business that don't have nothing to do with me. More power to you if you find a nigga dropping a bag on you
Right.
like that. I love that for my queen. Do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, women, we have to understand that ain't the majority of what reality looks like.
Right. Right.
And I'm not asking anyone to quote. And I hate using the word settle because they make it seem like if you don't bag a dude that's spending thousands on you,
Like you settle.
like you settling. No.
What is happiness at
What
the
is
end of the day? What is happiness
Because
at the end of the
everyone's
day?
version
Things.
of what a successful relationship looks like is different.
Different.
Things.
You know what I mean? My daddy had a 9 to 5 my entire life, and my mommy was happy she get house. She get house.
Right.
I know girls who was dating drug dealers and they only get 3 Gucci bag to show for it now. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like we have to stop this battle of what successful relationships look like. What does it look like to be a wanted woman or a dude who making it or a high value man? And then they have this high value man and high
Right.
value woman.
Woman.
What makes you happy? And we have to stop asking, what do you bring to the table? How about what can I do to help you?
Right.
And then need you to ask me the same question.
Right.
When you have two selfless people that walk into a relationship,
Facts.
you create something
Facts.
amazing.
Facts.
So, ladies, your
Facts.
mark of a 9 to 5, you know. I remember when I going viral because I said I don't date break niggas.
Yeah.
They try me on social media, boy. Listen.
Yeah, they drive you. They drive you.
But the thing about it is, niggas do what you know. And they only...
There's be the break one.
No, but the thing is, they only sound bite that one little part.
Right.
But you know,
They didn't
had a
put
whole
it in
thing.
context.
Yeah.
No.
They put the
What
whole
I
thing in
said
context.
was...
everyone can read the headline. They ain't reading the article.
I said, I don't date break niggas. And then I went on to explain what
you
that
meant,
is
yeah.
Right.
and what that means. So for me, I said spiritually break, emotionally break, financially break, mentally break. I said, I can't date a black king who ain't where he need to be financially.
Right.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can't worry about me and you.
Yeah. Ooh.
I said,
That's
I
big.
said, I can't
Power.
love
Facts.
you as a black man and take your focus away from what it should be on over some vagina.
Right.
Yeah.
I need you to focus on building your foundation.
Yeah.
I need you to focus on getting stability financially. Because let me tell you something about vagina. That can be here. That
Always.
don't go nowhere.
That don't go nowhere.
And that is why I said I don't date break niggas. Because when you break, you're the most vulnerable in your life.
Yeah.
Do anything.
Do
anything.
I'm not saying broke men aren't deserving of love. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
And I also went on to clarify.
You saying they ain't deserving of your love it.
Fair, because I'm going to say, I done had my days of ramen noodles. You understand what I'm saying? If you would catch me 19, 20, 21, 22, probably fucking 23, 24, 25. If you'd catch me when I was struggling and break, we could do a thing and maybe build together. But where I'm at in my dating space, I'm beyond that. And it's no slight to you. And they just couldn't get that.
Right.
But my only point was, if I could take care of myself right now,
Yeah.
I'm trying to build something for my daughter. Why am I working backwards? I try to make men understand that until you, if it's me you want, and I telling you I can't date you in this position, don't take offense. Go change your fucking position.
That's it.
That's real.
Jesus.
That's real. If you really want it.
If you really want it. And if not, cool. Find someone who is willing to accept the position that you're at. I'm just not. That don't make me no less of a person. And that don't make you no less of a man.
Right. And what do you think about people? I'm like, sometimes I know from women, them feel like a lot of women them feel like man owe them something in them,
Duh.
and that's how they put them in that
Entitlement.
position. Like, what do you feel about that? Like, this entitlement. Like, what do you feel
I don't
about
believe
that?
no one is entitled to anything from anyone. The only thing to me we're entitled to is respect. Because disrespect ain't no laughing matter.
No.
Make that clear. When it comes to relationship, so I saw this meme the other day where a girl, and obviously this is one of those fictitious situations, it's just makeup, but it made sense. And it's like there was a girl who said that she's withholding sex until marriage. So then the guy says, if I'm going to date you, we're going to go Dutch because I'm keeping all my money for my wife. Everyone's like, what y'all think about this? I was like, absolutely, agree, kudos.
Right.
Because a lot of times we equate the same value that a woman brings with sex to a relationship most men bring with money. Because needs and values, they differ based on gender.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So for a woman, usually, in most cases, sex is that commodity. And for a man, money is the thing. And I don't believe either person is entitled to either of those things. You know, entitlement and then someone's want or willingness to give it up is two completely different things.
Facts.
Oh,
Facts.
if a man ain't giving me no money, I won't be with him. Cool. What you are entitled to is your belief.
Right.
You're entitled to that.
Right.
So find a man who can give you the money.
Right.
But what this man don't have to do
Right. Is give you
is
money.
give you his money.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Facts. Facts.
But you are entitled to
Facts.
feel that way. And I promise you, 7.8 billion people in the world, baby, you can find a nigga who will give you this money.
Yeah.
I promise
Yeah.
you. Dudes will check in you money off.
It ain't gonna be me.
It ain't gonna be him. It ain't gonna be him.
It ain't gonna be me.
But someone else here doing it. And
That's facts. That's facts.
I implore you to find that guy.
Yeah. Hey, that is what it is. It ain't gonna be me. I can tell you that. It ain't gonna be. No, well, it could be me, you know.
For the right girl.
A value.
I feel
Gotta
so.
be a value.
Yeah.
You gotta be a value. Like,
Then you go back to the old say, exchanging or robbery.
I tell you how I go. Cause see, like that's what I say in communication. Communication is key. Like you can't just off rip. Like you expect this and that from me. Or out the gate. Just tell me you selling.
Boom! To all my sex workers out there, kudos. Y'all stay safe.
Yeah, man. I try and tell you. Just listen to me. I ain't knocking it. Let me know what's going on. That could be negotiated too.
Yeah. You know what that goes back to?
What?
Y'all ever saw that argument where they say when you're being flown out by a guy and you don't want to have sex, they ask, what's the opinion on that? Because like obviously
Some
you know when I shared the first time I said communication is key. How did you not ask these questions? So I remember this guy flew me out to Vegas.
Stop that.
I remember having this conversation. I literally asked, what are the rules of engagement?
Yeah.
Are you expecting sex?
Yeah.
Are you expecting, because that was going to be my determination on whether I'm
Going or
going
not.
or
Right.
not.
Right.
Because I know what to expect when
you
I
get
reach.
there. Yeah.
Right.
Or table for
good.
negotiation is open.
Good.
I may say, all right, we can't do it on the balcony, we can do it in the bed.
Right.
All right, you could go down and maybe we ain't having no sex. You know what I mean? These things. Negotiation open. The response was, there's no pressure for anything. We can see how it go, watch the flow, but I'm not gonna ask you to do anything you're not comfortable with. Bet, book the ticket, book the
You won't
ticket.
book it yet?
What you mean? I blink and I was in Vegas. I blink and I was in Vegas, and I think
What happens in Vegas
I ain't talking about that, baby, because that's
stays in Vegas.
That's there right now.
They wanted you to ask.
That's there right now. But I think those conversations are very important. People, I don't know what it is. Y'all be scared to ask. You gotta ask, baby. Now I just so happy it's a whole decent somebody, almost wife. It's great over there. God is good. God is good. God is good.
All right, so you say you engaged now.
I am
How long you been engaged?
almost a year.
All right, so how long you think you should date before you should be expecting to be engaged? Or like if you're in a relationship for however long and then no engagement, when do you say, babe,
Call it
I order
quits?
this? Yeah.
I think that's a tough question to answer because everybody's situation is different. They say
That's facts.
realistically a man knows within the first 6 months if he sees a future in marrying you.
Yeah.
Now that does not mean that in 6 months he's going to propose because he may not be ready to be the husband that you need in 6 months. But he knows if he sees a future and if he's willing to go down that road with you. But then I think a lot of us look at relationships from the outside in and we see, boy, they've been together 10 years and no ring. But y'all don't even know if they ain't even care about marriage.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I think that we apply that logic, and the reason we're at this conversation is because we assume that marriage is always the end goal for everybody. That's not always everybody's end goal. You know, but if we're talking about normal circumstances, I'm looking to be married. I give a guy in a relationship 2 years tops to make it make sense. Or 2 years to have the conversation saying,
What are we
I
doing?
see this future with you. I want to get engaged. Give me X amount of time because this is what I'm working on.
Right.
If y'all ain't having no conversations by 2 years, speaker, pack your vagina up and go. Can't with you. Don't leave it there.
So you think? So you trying to see how?
At least a conversation.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If you're not talking about it, and 2 years is long to just
You
be
think
starting
so?
the conversation. What you mean? 2 years is long to just be having a conversation?
I don't feel like
You know how long is 24 months? You're
so,
not mature and
let
we
me
can
say
run up.
this. Let me say this though. In 2 years, I don't think you know a person fully in 2 years.
That's facts too.
I don't think it's certain parts. You need to see the rich nigga. You need to see the broke nigga. You need to see him at all these levels and make
what
sure
you're saying
that's
is
who you
get
want to be with.
engaged after 40 years.
No, that ain't what I said.
No.
That's not what
What
I
if
said.
you never see that side? Okay, so give me this.
Because
You meet a man, he's established. He has his foundation right. He done been through his break days. You won't see that because you wasn't with him in his break days. He took his break days and not dated. He built himself. He put his foundation down. You telling me I gotta wait to see his break days again?
No.
I could be waiting for the rest
It's
of
a
my life.
difference. It's a difference. Hold on.
You're not gonna
It's a
see every
difference.
facet of a
Hold on.
person before marriage.
Hold on. No.
I don't care what no one say.
No, but see,
I
the
don't
break
know
days
about
don't have to necessarily be break days. So I need to see how you when you broken.
yeah.
I don't have to. It don't have to be my break day. I rich. I
So what if
filthy
he
rich.
healed and then went to therapy
No,
and
not
he's
me, not
actively
me,
in
not me,
therapy?
not me, not
But my
me.
problem is,
Not me. I need to see when you broken.
what if I
Is you-
actively in
if I-
therapy?
You could be actively in therapy.
My,
Your therapist
y'all
might
didn't hear
be
me when I
broken.
say my therapist is my drunk colleague.
Yeah, your therapist might.
Y'all didn't hear me when I said
I
that.
need to know who
I
your
just call
therapist
my
is.
therapist when I drunk. You hear me? I don't call him nigga. I just call my therapist.
What you
I
think
am
with this?
actively healing, baby. What? I think that we try to put so much rules to it.
Facts.
And it's
Facts.
like, we gotta see this. You know what old people used to do? Like, we see that when it reached, and we can figure it out when we there.
Right.
But only reason why I say that is because I feel like sometimes if you will never see that and that happen while you with him,
You can be done.
all right then.
Then you never been built for marriage from the get-go. Because you're not gonna see every
Hey, trust is be
facet of a
serious.
person.
Trust is be serious, but
But that is a part of trust. For me to see you go through your shifts and cycles, I have to know that whoever the person is I fell in love with, and love is active. Love is not a word. Love is not a destination. Love is active. Love takes work.
that's facts.
You have to decide that you are willing. Before I marry you, I am already going to say and put in my mind, these are scenarios that could happen. Am I willing to stay through this scenario? Most would say, Roxie, you're talking fuck because you won't know what you can do till you in it. But at least I have a flicking idea
right.
of what is a no-go for me.
Right.
Roxie, so what if the nigga murder someone? Well, I already decided I'm going to hide the body.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying?
You riding.
I hide the body
You
for
riding.
any and everyone,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
can hide the
But
body
for
for
you.
him.
Yeah.
Just right.
Just right. The ride will never stop.
Stop, yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
Cindy Patrice Doxson.
Badass.
But my thing is, when we walk into the, we don't really be thinking, not worst case scenario, you know, all case scenario. Are you ready to stay?
That's powerful.
What can make you leave? I literally just go down to, if this nigga cheat and have a child on me, am I gonna stay or am I gonna leave? And I have literally sat with who my fiance is right now. And people may say, girl, you weak, girl, ain't no way, no never. But there's a part of me that's saying I might stay. Oh, you's a ass. I can't believe you. But when I see the outcome, what I also saw was several different variables that got him there. And it's Roxie, you making excuses for cheaters now. It's not what I'm doing. It's not what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's when you're being realistic
Not what I'm
about
doing.
situations. No,
But
that's
I
being realistic.
understand
That's
that
being realistic.
life happens. Life happens. He could have gone on one night, got belligerently drunk, got roofied, and got raped as a man. And that rape led to him impregnating someone.
Women don't believe that.
Shando. The court system don't see it as rape because men are very rarely seen as rape victims.
I
But when she
find
put him on
it hard
child
for mom to get
support-
raped too, because the call got to get hard. You
But
trying to
you
rape me? My
realize-
cock could be so soft. You
Nah, I know,
can't slide
true.
that in.
But your cock is a physiological thing when you drunk. Three
Wait,
stroke
listen
and
to
a
me, babe.
tickle in the gooch. You don't know what the flick your cock could do.
Yeah, I don't know, babe.
Three stroke
Can't
and a
rape
tickle
me,
in the
babe.
gooch. You be shocked.
You can't rape me, babe.
You be shocked.
I'll have one soggy doggy. Tell you fucking. That doggy be so soggy.
Little silly dilly, and
Tell you
I
right
like
now,
that for
what?
you.
Tell you that right now.
What
doggy soggy?
I'm not even trying
might
to
tell you.
use rape trauma.
I know, I understand.
But you
No.
know, there are different ways to get to that space.
Mm-hmm.
He could have cheated. He could have made a mistake. He could
That's
have
facts.
made
No, that's
the
facts.
one mistake he made in 17 years of marriage. The one time he slipped, the condom break.
But I ain't gonna lie, babe.
You
see
understand what I'm
trust?
saying?
Yeah, that's facts, babe. But you see, but trust.
Trust
But
is
you
serious.
know. Oh my god.
But now it's
You
up
know,
to him
you know,
to
like-
build
you
that
know, like-
back if I stayed. I
Watch
don't know
this.
me no more.
You know, like how he my biggest trust. You know how people have trust issues. You know, like people that say like, "Oh, you don't trust nothing because of what you do." No. You know,
What
my
I
trust issue comes from. My biggest trust issue comes from what people do for me.
Bro.
What that guy do for me? I know she had a. I know she
I
had a.
know she had a nigga, and this
What
what
she do for
with
me? Yo, what she do to your boy to cause her to be around me?
Bro.
That's scary.
Because first of all,
I scared all women.
I
now,
was
all
there
on
and I
now.
watched this girl go on the phone and tell this nigga her auntie in the hospital she gonna go see him, and they airlift her, so she got to go to Florida with the ambulance and she was coming to me. Nigga, I am nervous. I get it.
Oh, those.
You understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
That's it. So like, that's what I try to do. We all keep got this. You do.
I
At the
need to-
time, I feel good because you do all
Then,
this to
and
me.
then after the fact, he's sitting there like,
Hold on, boy.
Hold on.
That on me.
Hold
You see
on,
what I'm
hold
saying?
on.
Like,
Nah,
boy.
next time the girl
Boy.
I really dating tell me Annie in the hospital, I never believe that.
Never.
You gotta kill me
Never.
with you.
What you mean?
We
They know
going
hospital.
with the
What
ambulance
hospital?
to get her.
Let me call them right now and check the rooms. What?
But relationships is a serious. And I think a lot of people are sitting in spaces where their trust issues come from the same place, you know. And then a lot of us don't take the time to heal from them spaces.
Facts.
You know, and then we have songs in the Caribbean, the only way to get over man is to get under a new one. So you literally sitting in spaces that telling you don't heal, just
Hey,
run
don't
that
double
trauma. Run that trauma. Tiger it. Catch this. It's wild. We out here doing crazy work.
That's crazy.
We out here doing crazy work. What's the worst thing ever happened to you in a relationship? Or the worst thing you've done?
Ooh.
I think some shit like what you just said.
You tell a girl, yeah, and it's in the hospital.
No. So when you believe in some shit, and then you see, the story what they tell you ain't what it was, and then you find out, boy, that ain't you, boy. I say this to you, niggas is only get hurt one time, boy.
And then y'all let's just be animals on the
Dog,
earth.
what you mean? I ain't gonna lie. Wait, they better get that 80.
You know, I tell someone, behind every dog, nigga, is a woman who heard it.
What you mean? Let me show you something new. Let me show you something new. I can tell y'all something, but man, hey. That like chicken box. Y'all let me get that early. You understand?
Build up that immune system.
Listen to me. You understand? With chicken box, if you get it too late, it can kill you.
Yeah.
But listen to me. Get that early, boy. Get that
Yo,
early. You
let
get
me
that
look
late.
these
You
real
get that
fast.
too. But you get that too late. You go dead on this road, boy. What? Heartbreak. We can't go through nothing what women is go through. No. You know, we ain't debating that.
Hold on. Say that again.
You hear what I
Powerful.
say?
Say
We
it
can't go. My mother said we can't go through. So don't put us through it. We can't go through what
But
y'all
y'all
go
can
through.
put us through it.
No.
Boy, powerful. They say we built different.
You can get it. I'm gonna get it. God make y'all 7-1. I don't know why. He don't make mistakes.
Everything cool, you win the one.
Like they're saying, God don't make mistakes. You want rob with God? You want rob with God? I want rob with God. He make him 7-1. I don't know
Fox.
why. I don't know why.
Fox.
I don't know why. I be
Ladies,
thinking, but
I
I be thinking.
ain't even mean to agree with him
You know,
just
it's so
now.
crazy.
That wasn't intentional,
I can be
y'all.
real with you, you know. I ain't gonna tell you. See, people can get mad at me for saying this, but I can tell you I'd go from the club situation. I can bring it from the club, right? We could be in the club, be chilling. You know what I mean?
That's your club dance.
Hold on. I do my 2-step. I skanking. I ain't skanking. I ain't no dancer. I got my 1-2 step, and that's me. We in the club, we chilling. You know, I ain't getting in the middle of the dance floor because you ain't waiting for my story to finish. I ain't in the corner. Everybody in the corner. Tell the DJ, the DJ want all the guys to come to the middle of the floor. All you gotta do is pull up that fucking one side chick song. When the side chick, all the guys to go to the middle of the floor. See, now me, I don't know about the guys, but me, for me to freak out on the song, it gotta hit a knife.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So you saying all them side checks?
I don't know what day is. You gotta tell me what day is. Because all y'all freaking out over the song. Y'all was just in the corner chilling. As soon as they play the side chick song, don't get I'll call me. What Cranium say? Don't get I'll call me after 9.
Yeah.
What a song, come on. Sing the Cranium song.
I'm not singing it because I don't associate with side chicks. Not associate. I don't identify as a side
policy.
chick.
Yeah. You understand what they saying, right? So what they saying is
After 9 o'clock.
I don't know what's going on, but I telling you, but me.
Me and an idiot.
I telling you, but me, right? Me personally, right? When a song hit a nerve, I freak out. I can bang up the place if a song hit a nerve. So when that song hit their nerve, so I be trying to think like, I don't know.
That's wild.
God make woman 7 to 1. What you think about monogamy and
polygamy?
Oh God.
I just being real. I want to know.
This is my answer.
Because I feel like hear me out, and I won't cut you off, because I feel like society, if you can carry on like this for side chick songs,
You willing to be in a poly relationship?
come on, man. That's how I feel.
Okay. But to be very clear, poly relationships and side chicks are not the same thing.
Explain to me. I don't see the difference.
I don't think that warrants an accent. What you mean?
All right, I know the difference, but I don't see why there's a difference.
There's one girl in that relationship who don't know what's going on. That is the main difference. A polyamorous relationship, there are consenting adults that agree to be in this space together.
Facts.
To function, to grow as a community of lovers. This is what we're doing. So, unpopular opinion, I have no issue with how people decide to express their love. That's them. We start the podcast telling people, you got to go to God for yourself. It's nothing to do with me. People, there are spaces where poly relationships, they have their benefits. So you look at, let's go back to Africa. Traditionally, most of the arrangements were poly arrangements. There were either polyandry or polygamy. One is where the woman has many husbands or the husband has many wives. They all serve a purpose. So I remember having this argument with someone, they just a bunch of people who want scheme and this and that, and they didn't know. No.
Everyone know.
Everyone know. First of all, everyone know. That's number one. Everyone consents. That's number two. So when you look at true polygamous relationships, you see a community. So you imagine, 2 of y'all is my husband.
I ain't imagine that.
My real fiance.
No.
Fiance.
I want your real fiance to know. I ain't even imagining that.
This is just
Go ahead.
an
Tell the story.
illustration.
No, two husbands, not with me.
What? No, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Nothing to
go ahead.
So
You just made
2 husbands with 2 other people.
$5,000 a month. You make $5,000 a month. I make $5,000 a month. You living in one place paying rent. You living in one place paying rent. I living in one place paying rent. We decided we're going to become a polyamorous couple. So now we have $15,000 in one household and we're only paying one set of rent. You have a daughter, you have a son. I have 2 kids. Your children don't live with you, but you still take care of your kids. So now you have money to filter in more into their growth because you're not paying rent. You ain't paying light bill. You ain't paying cable. You ain't paying nothing extra to live outside of this one home that we're putting into. Because we've just taken our bills and decided that we're going to split them in a third.
Right.
No, and let's assume we all paying equal shares in the home.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
for math purposes. So now we have children in household. Your kids come over. My kids live there because in most cases the woman is the primary caregiver. So my kids live in the home. You have 3 people in the home now dedicated to extracurricular activities, school drop-off, school pickup, homework time, rearing, discipline, morality, integrity, just the general upbringing of the child. 3 solid people. So that child now has a community.
Facts. They say it takes a village to build a child.
It takes a village. You have the village in the home. Now, you've got at least 40% more disposable income than we would have had living separately. So now we're taking the money that we saved and we're flipping and we're buying investment properties. 3 years time, we own 3-4 different investment properties because we save in an average of $120,000 a year as a collective, just shaving out the bills alone. That ain't what we would have normally saved. You see what I'm saying? So for a lot of people, when you look at the poly relationship, it's not just about, and many of them, they just want to have threesomes all the time. Many of them don't.
Too simple.
Many of them don't. There's no sexual interaction between the 3 people at the same time. You know, it's just that they choose that this is the way that their love language is expressed, and building in this particular community makes sense for them. Downsides. Raising children, it might be confusing if you don't have the ability to explain the non-traditional versus traditional.
Right. That's my next question.
And that's for most people. Now, me, I ain't trying to have that conversation. And then it also ain't gonna work with me because I selfish. I want my person to be my person. And I don't want him to be nobody else's person. So for a lot of people, it don't work from that aspect. You have to be open to that type of love. But that's not a side chick. A side chick is literally someone who grinding someone else's man. And that woman is, in most cases, unbeknownst to her.
But I think
Ain't no one in a poly relationship. Ain't no one is a side.
No, I agree.
Everyone equal.
I agree, but I think society switched it.
You gotta explain that to me.
Yeah.
Because they made being a side chick so normal.
Right. The mentality of it.
Well, that's fair.
The mentality of it. So it's like.
But I think that's just something
in
and of itself.
But I think for you to even want to be, or to be comfortable, or
you
to brag about being
relationship.
Brag about being a side chick, you don't think.
You could be in a poly relationship, but you probably can't be in a poly relationship with that nigga because the wife can cut your ass.
No, I understand that. I understand that part. No. Him, yo. I understand that part. But I'm just speaking from a woman in general. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you around here bragging about you being a side chick.
It's an original side chick song. Me up and I'm feelings for the next girl, man.
Oh, no! Money for the woman on the middle of the dance floor. That's what they saying. So, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not, if you can be comfortable, just say what it is, That's what I about,
But you want me to give you the flip side to that, my side?
I about realness.
You like Trump.
That's why we just say what it is, no matter what it is.
Say what it is. Most of them might be comfortable in a poly relationship, and maybe. And I agree with you to an extent, but here's the flip side to that. Most of them are comfortable in a side chick relationship because when I finish with you, go home to your wife.
Yeah. In a
poly relationship, I got responsibilities now. I got to care about your feelings.
Yeah. And then I got to take care of the kids.
No. Run me my money, drop off my doggy, and go home.
Yeah. I think a lot of women like.
Is that what they really, really want at the end of the day?
I don't think so.
Because let me
not say that. Because you got some elite side chicks, so that's what they want.
That's what they really want. I understand.
Some of them are entangled
and they
in situations,
and they don't care. That's the thing.
They don't care. They understand their role and they play their role very well. But then you have some, they got caught in it. Either initially unbeknownst to them, or it was just never was supposed to evolve into loving him. And now you in love and you see these, and now you want him. And then this is where the drama and the friction come in because you won't figure out why he don't leave his wife to be with you.
Right.
And to be clear, they usually never leave their wives.
I can tell you this too, but hold on now. I think a lot of times women see the signs and they'll ignore the signs just because they won't be with this nigga that bad.
That's right.
All the red flags will be there.
I know niggas who's do the same thing.
He can't stay out past 9.
Like,
he don't want to go nowhere but you.
You will never meet this nigga family, nothing like all type of shit. But you just roll with it because you believe in this.
Right.
I guess love is blind. That's what y'all roll with it.
Okay, Netflix.
Love is blind.
Okay, Netflix.
And it'll take over you.
That's wild. I don't know. I might be different. I believe that as consenting adults, do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
As long as it's not to the detriment of someone else.
Facts.
Ethical, not non-ethical.
I agree with that.
Ethical.
I agree with
Like,
that.
do what makes you
I agree with
happy.
that. I agree with
As
that.
long as it's not to and you'd be shocked how many wives are okay with their husbands having another female.
Right.
They're fine with it.
Yeah,
because it don't affect
I've
home.
heard in situations that, you know, like this is gonna spark up our relationship. Like what?
Because the wife juicing up more than you juicing up. Everything good. We ain't here to talk about that.
Like I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying? I hadn't heard that before. Like, oh, this is
yeah,
gonna juice
man.
up our relationship. Like,
And
what?
all the pressure ain't on her no more.
That's it there. You better keep him Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. That's your days, baby.
Yeah.
Hey. Shakwisha, come get your man. But I just a firm believer in people do what makes you happy. Don't hurt people in the process.
And at the end of the day, I feel as though it's levels to everything
It's
again.
levels to everything.
It's levels to everything again. It's like I can't be with a Beyonce, but Jay-Z could.
Fox.
I can't be with you. You got to do this and that. Girl, when you could be home,
Yeah.
go home.
But that go back to the first point when we started the conversation on relationships. We literally said the partnership is about what can I do for you? What can you do for me? And how do we make it make sense? You know what you need me to do for you. Can I do that? Am I able to participate effectively in this relationship so that you come out on the better side?
Right.
Are you able to effectively participate in this relationship so that I come out on the better side?
Right.
What do you need from me? You need me home. You need me cooking. And people say, oh my God, they're so archaic. But that's what he need.
Right.
Why y'all? And I hate when people do that. I hate when you try to fight someone down for what they expect and want in a relationship.
Right.
I won't be a housewife. I just make that clear. I will have my own little hustles and do my own thing. But I want it to be passion projects. When I pick them up, I pick them up. If I don't pick it up, I don't pick it up. I will be a housewife. You hear me, man? I will be a housewife. I will be a housewife. So I know that I have to date or marry the type of man who's willing to do that.
Right.
He wants a woman who cooking and cleaning. I have to be prepared to be that woman because that is what he wants.
Right.
You know what I mean? She want a nigga who making 7 figures. I hate when it's 7.8 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
You can find a rich man if that's what you want.
Right.
I don't know why they make us feel like you have to accept whatever, because even as men,
I ain't accepting whatever.
If you want a BBL body with 3 breasts on it,
Right.
7.8 billion. What? There's a woman out there with a 3rd nipple. I promise you, she get 3 nipples. You can find that.
Yeah.
Third eye.
You see what I'm saying, right?
Facts.
You can find what you're looking for. I think the problem is we have to be honest
Yeah.
about what we want and put that to the forefront. Don't let anyone ever make you feel like what you want in a relationship or what you require or your hard nose, your compromise, your yeses. It's too much. You deserve everything that you want and you can find it. It may take you longer, but you can find it.
That's facts. You know what I think about too? Like, why? I don't want this to come off the wrong way too. Like, why? Like, what is it, right? But like husbands versus like, I don't even want to say it. Like kids' father. I don't want to say baby daddies. I want to say
I hate
kids'
that
father.
term for some reason.
Yeah, I don't like
It just
baby
don't sound
daddies. So
good,
like,
yo.
what I'm saying is, why do women?
Oh,
like,
no.
Like,
That's
yeah.
funny. Crickets.
Why?
Because all of us didn't know the answer for that.
Hey, why do women like downplay children father? I don't want to say baby daddy. Why do they downplay children father so much and like whole husband
The hierarchy of men.
Right. Hear me out now. Because this is the reason why I'm saying that. It's because, say for instance, you get married at like 20. You and your husband 21, you 20. Marriage lasts 4 years. You 25, 24. You know what I'm saying? No, 26, whatever.
Yeah, whatever the matter is.
Right? No kids, no nothing. You go about it. It didn't work. You see what I'm saying? It didn't work. We were young. We were trying it.
Work.
It didn't work. We downplay the kid's father so much, but you tied for life. Like, you tied for life. See, I'm not knocking getting married. I'm not knocking none of these things. Why do we downplay the kid's father so much? Like, why is the kid's father nothing?
Societally, we are taught that marriage is the end goal. Societally, we are taught that you don't have children before marriage. So what that indoctrinates in us is anything before marriage with children is a mistake. So, and y'all could knock around the word, a baby daddy is a mistake. Based on societal standards. You're supposed to have those children with your husband. Right? So that's the first one. So that's the
I like talking to you. Go ahead, keep
indoctrinated
going.
stigma attached to it. Now here's the secondary part of it. So many men operating in the space of being just a child's father, never elevating to being a husband. You as the man is supposed to initiate a marriage. I don't propose to man, no one
Facts.
proposed to me.
Facts.
So you saw me as good enough to lay with me, to have children with me, but never saw me as your wife. So now you ain't nothing but just my children's father. I can't hold you on a pedestal that I would hold a husband on because he decided to go to God for me. And he went before God, before state, before country and made vows, tied himself to me and tell me if he ever leave me, care half his shit. He already on a different level. When we look at it, just in those societal
Facts.
brackets.
Facts.
Then let's talk about the social status of it all. A lot of these men ain't doing what they supposed to do as fathers. If you are just the father of a child, you may not be the husband, but she's still unmarried. Your child still lives in that home. You are responsible for your child and the home she lives in. I ain't saying you got to pay all the bills in that house. That's not what I'm saying. But you're responsible for that home. Is that home safe enough for my child to live in?
That's big.
If the lights get cut off, am I willing to help her make sure them lights could go back on because my child lived there? Or am I willing to come for my child? One of the two, you know. You can leave the lights off, but come get your child. Most men, I'm not saying all, most of them don't take the necessary responsibility for children that they're just co-parenting with. Whereas me as a woman, I gotta hear mommy all day. My lights can't cut off because my child lived there. If I didn't have a child, I could have bounced from pillar to post and sleep on people's couch, but I gotta make sure that I'm rent paid because I have someone. And I have a girl child, so I can't put it in everybody else.
No,
because y'all want me in Fox Hill now.
But what about? Not every woman ain't like.
Agreed. Some of these women ain't shit neither.
You know, and I know in a lot of the situations where you got some women who got great fathers, like kids' fathers in a sense, but they blocked them from being a father for their own
personal reasons.
So then you would have.
So there has to be a distinction made. Are they great fathers and poor co-parents? Because that's a big difference.
No.
Because, and you know, I'm trying to be on a public stage
No,
airing
go
out
ahead,
my
go ahead.
laundry,
No,
but
go ahead.
No.
there's a difference between being a great father and being a great co-parent. Those two things are supposed to be together. You should be a great father and a great co-parent. But you have men who are great fathers, but you're a shitty co-parent. So you don't create the environment for me to want. And Roxie, but you're wrong. You ain't supposed to keep the parent from the child. But if you ain't co-parenting properly, you make it so hard for me to have you in the space. See, because when you let me draw an illustration.
Great.
As a co-parent, you know that there are 7 days in a week. Of the 7 days, 5 of those days your children go to school. That's normal action. You wouldn't ask me one day, hey, let me grab her and let me do school drop off. Let me do school pick up today because I know you still have to work. You still have to be a breadwinner in your home as well as a mother, as well as being the primary caregiver. So let me do school run today. Let me take her to extracurricular activities today. You know what? I know that some weekends I grab her. But I'm going to take her Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you can have those days and do what you got to do but she'll have to stay by you this weekend because I got something to do. That's co-parenting. That's understanding that both parents have lives. But when you only pick them up every other weekend when you free or when you ain't get something home to juice, and when you pick them up, you take them to Bahama and you only give them the fun side of life, but I got to be the disciplinarian. I got to be the bad guy.
Right.
I got to be the person that tells them no. You're not a good co-parent. And the only reason you're saying you're an awesome father is because in those moments, you're catering to that child's sense of fun, that child's sense of, they's a child, babe. They can be hyped for the hype parent.
Facts.
But they pissed with me because I allowing you to clean your room.
Right.
But that's balance, though.
That ain't no balance.
That ain't balance.
Balance is balance is no the
good cop, bad cop.
No, sir. Balance is that man stepping in and saying, Taylor, there's no way that your room should be dirty all these days of the week, and your mom is asking you to clean your room over and repeatedly. So you know what's gonna happen? This week we were supposed to go to Bahama, but that's not gonna happen. What I'm gonna ask your mom to do is if you can stay home this weekend and you're gonna clean your room, because it's very important for you to take the responsibility in the house that you live in.
Where does co-parenting start?
When the child push out my vagina. What you mean?
Hold on. Listen.
Clarify that.
Where does co-parent start?
Give me context for the question.
Where does it start?
From the child born.
No, not when. I said where.
I so hate that he's so. I hate that he's smart.
Where does co-parenting start? It starts from within. It starts from oneself. Co-parenting starts with you, you know.
Okay. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Okay. So now, what if I trying to co-parent and you trying to do what you doing?
But don't add a what if to this scenario.
I'm co-parenting as best as I can.
Because remember, we asked, the initial statement was about being a great father and women blocking. My question was, is she blocking him from being a father, or is he a poor co-parent? That was my initial question. So if you're trying to co-parent,
that's what I said. Where does co-parent start? Because are you going to allow me to co-parent? That's what you got to understand.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
So when you find, now I'm not talking, and to my women, I'm not talking about bitter women who mad because the man ain't with you, and that's not what I'm speaking on.
They ain't gonna never say they bitter and they mad because the man ain't with them. They ain't gonna never say that. As long as you know
what
them.
you're speaking on, then
I'm just saying. I
don't stand for that neither.
That's how some cases are.
Because
this is what I'm saying.
That's poor co-parenting on her part.
This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying Where does co-parenting start? Because I don't want to say, co-parenting is just, it started with the woman. It started with both of us.
It's both of us.
It's both of us.
But it's both of us having a conversation and understanding that this is what's best for the child. But here's what I will say to you. Many men don't co-parent. They think that paying a bill here and there, getting your child every other weekend, you're doing enough. You don't live with that child 24/7. And then when I'm saying to you and I'm asking you and telling you on the fly, I need you to get on Wednesday. Oh, you Rania, you want me to do favors? How you could do a favor for your child, bro?
Not different.
I never understand.
This is what I'm saying. A lot of men who are not the primary caregiver, you have it easy because the child don't live in the house with you. When she wake up 3 o'clock in the morning because her tummy hurting, I have to get up 3 o'clock in the morning and I still gotta be to work for 6.
Yeah.
This is what I mean when I say co-parent. Most men do not share the child and share the primary caregiving. They don't say 2 weeks here, 2 weeks by me.
Right.
That don't happen.
I wish.
For some men, I wish I know that there are men out here that wish.
Right.
But then, let me speaking to the legal system and the court system, a lot of men don't really have no rights in them spaces. And but I talking like, let's just talk at an amicable level where both parties don't need to go to court. A lot of the men ain't showing up the way they need to.
Facts.
And
Facts.
And I'm not knocking effort, but at the end of the day, effort don't raise no child.
Facts.
A child ain't never gonna say at their graduation speech, and I'm just thankful for my dad who tried his best to come every Saturday. No, I'm thankful for my dad who showed up every Saturday.
Facts.
Sorry.
Facts. That's what it is.
I can't get behind.
That's what it is.
When it comes to parenting, and they say, Roxie, you being harsh. I can't get behind just effort. You got to do.
You got to do. No, that's facts.
By any means necessary, you get it done. You show up because that is what your children can remember. Oh, you're trying to make this money. Your children don't give a shit if you leave them property. They care if you show up to their recital this week.
Because that's what's important to
That's
them
what's important to
at
them.
that moment. Yeah.
That's facts. That's
Oh,
facts.
don't get me started, y'all. Don't get me started.
Those.
I can tell you one thing for sure. It's always a pleasure being in spaces where you can have these type of
Absolutely.
conversations.
It's about getting better.
It is about
Conversation.
getting better.
Better.
It's about the conversation.
But for some reason, like I just feel as though like y'all targeted to weaken us.
You think so?
A lot of women get joy out of that, actually.
Maybe. I can't relate because I'm not one of those.
But let me tell you something, big. I can be real with you. From a man, the man most weakest point is a woman, big.
Agreed. I can agree with that.
I'm telling you.
But that's
a
why
man could be
I always...
a man could be getting 350 all muscle, shoot
Samson
every
and
gun in the
Delilah.
world, shoot
Yeah,
every
that's
gun
like
in the
Samson
and
world,
Delilah.
and 111 99 pounds. It'll
Got
break him down.
What you mean?
You
My
see what I'm
fiance
saying?
has this saying. He tells people that he's a pit bull. He said, but the only one who get that leash is my flicking fiance. He said, but my wife get that leash. And we have this thing between us. He says, you could pull that chain and pull me back any point in time. The second you let my leash go,
It's a wrap.
you don't get to pull me back. I say fair. I say because what they say in Spider-Man, with great heart go, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, facts.
And
Yeah,
I feel like as
right,
women,
right.
we often weaponize the black man to our advantage. And there has to come a point when we understand we have to stop weaponizing him. We have to stop manipulating him emotionally. We have to stop.
Right.
So many men dead on this road because a woman manipulated
What?
another man to kill him.
Oh my goodness.
That's a whole different podcast, y'all. We coming back with that one. They can bring me back so we can do that one. But I think when he said that to me, that made me realize the responsibility I hold as a black woman. A black woman who is loved by a black man. That's a big responsibility.
Big.
Because you are one of the only things in the world that can calm him, that can center him, that can balance him,
Facts.
that can focus him.
Facts.
And you got to understand what that responsibility looks like.
And then you gotta understand what he mean.
When I gripping that chain, but it's all the time. You know when you wrap it around a couple times? I just wrap that around a couple times and hold up. I might let him. Let one little rock come out just so he could jump and
Yeah. But come
I
here.
can let him.
But come
here,
here.
boy.
Easy telephone. Yeah.
But baby, the
Yeah.
second I let him go, I already know that I have acted in a space where I thought it was responsible to let. Because baby, if someone coming at me and I get my pit bull on the chain and I walking and you looking like you coming to hurt me, I let my dog off the fucking chain,
facts.
baby.
Yeah.
You will never gotta worry about that.
You ain't worry about that.
But you know I can't say, come. No, you getting bite.
Yeah.
I gotta worry
Facts.
about that later. And I feel like it's the same thing with the black man. I'm not likening him to a dog, but what I'm saying is we hold that same responsibility and power, especially when you're back to full circle, when
Right.
you're in the partnership,
Right.
in that love, in that space where
Facts.
you safe as a
Facts.
man. Nothing you ain't gonna do for that woman.
Right.
And you gotta know that you're with a woman who's gonna be responsible for that. But y'all listen, we talk all night, you know. Y'all better talk
Hey.
that.
What a segue.
We can talk all night. Y'all
Hey.
better talk that.
I'm glad y'all tuned into this one, but this was part 2 of episode 7. I'm Willie Waters.
Cheese stat DBD.
Roxie Starr.
Ooh. Talk that. Boom. Talk that. Talk that. Talk that. Talk that. You. Talk that.